144 Kitarawaya Tamaraki Sutu to Urtik Imaya Satira Kiwaye Namaratiwaye. We made it. 144. Your last breath. Namaste and welcome everyone. This is day number 144 Tira Amyawati Rikawa Sitawayamake of 365. A Life of Bliss 365. One quote every day from the book A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission. Channel through this one from our dear non-physical friends and teachers, AnandA, here to assist us, humanity, in remembering who we are and why we are here. Today is the day of your last breath. Today is the moment of the last breath. What if this breath, right now, was your last breath? Today we'll dive into this quote and into this question. So, we are love streaming live on Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Telegram. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your comments. Join below. Please subscribe on the channel that you are watching. Join. And we'll get into the quote for day number 144. We offer this as an expanded viewpoint of what you have called your death. We offer this in compassion and love. We offer this in openness and surrender. And we invite you to contemplate this daily. We invite you, as we have shared before, to live not only every day, but live every breath as it is your last. For at one time, it will be so. And it will be of your choosing. And it will not be a sad moment. It will be a joyous reunion. When you cross over to the space beyond the physicalized reality, you'll be greeted by all those you have loved, all those you believe are still within their living physical incarnation, for they are limitless too. You will be greeted, and at the speed of your thought, you shall be with whom you wish, you shall be where you wish to be. It is a great reunion, a great celebration, and all the beings of light and your guides will be there to welcome you. Some of you may choose to move into a period of what we could call cosmic healing. For those brave souls, and those of you who we talk to here, move through many challenges on the earth plane. That is why it is a prized position in the universe. It offers soul evolution like no other place. And so, the contemplation, very fittingly, for day 144, Mayato ore iki toha sati iyanaka amma uture inawasita kimawahe, is on this dying every moment, dying to every breath. The freedom and liberation of dying to every breath, dying to every moment, living every day like it's your last. For in this relative reality, for this body-mind, one day that will be true. One day you will breathe your last. And it won't be that you will be no more. It'll only be that you look no more through these singular eyes, these false eyes, this falsity, this temporary reality called this life, and expand into the fullness of life as life itself. Live every day like it's your last. Breathe every breath like it's your last. If this question is so important, if today was your last day in this body, in this life, with those you have collaborated with, would you be doing what you're doing now? Would you be worried about what you may have been worried about? Would you be focusing on what you're focusing on? Would you be reading, watching, paying attention to what you have been? What conversations would you have? Who would you speak to? What would you say? If this breath was your last breath, would you have any unfulfilled potentials? Would there be things that you've left behind? Would there be things that you wish that you had have done? Is there someone you would have wanted to become? This is a very powerful question. This is the gift of death. It's a great equalizer on this reality. It puts everything into perspective. Not that it's an ending, it's a beginning, a new beginning. But it is a shifting of perspective from this life, from this reality, from this one focus of reality called this life, this name, this body. And we are limitless. My God, and they're just telling me now, this is funny, that I missed lines of the quote. And they're giving me one of the lines that was missed from the quote, so I'll just share it as it is. If you want the full quote, you can go on to Telegram or livingtransmission.com. We'll have the full quote. So whenever we pass into what we call the other side, firstly, it's not a sad moment. Secondly, it's always of our choosing. Thirdly, then we have another myriad of choices. We can choose to, like what they shared, like go into a process of cosmic healing, because for the soul, the unlimited, beautiful, bright and light soul, focusing its attention onto one body in this earth plane at this time can bring a lot of challenges, let's say. And so we can go into a period of what we call cosmic healing. We can enter another incarnation in what you would call the future or what you would call the past. But also, interestingly, and this is the one that was skipped over, is that we can enter the same incarnation. Now, this is the it's not non-dual. This is the multi-dimensional balancing up of that question. So we asked the question: if you were to die today, would you do what you're doing? Would you be with who you're with? Would you say what you have been saying? Would you focus on what you're saying? This was your last breath, would there be things left unsaid, things left undone, potential left unexpressed? And funnily enough, in the quote, somehow I skipped over the line, is that you have the choice to enter the same incarnation, because time is not what we believe it is. You could enter the same incarnation at 10 years old if you so choose, because there is no time, and it's just a point of attention. And if the soul is served by entering the same incarnation in a different part of the timeline, it can do so. And so what we call near-death experiences are not near-death experiences at all. Near-death experiences are actual death experiences, and the experiencer chooses to come back because they've got more to do, more to become, more to see, more to feel. And near-death experiencers in general, so some are remembered and you have reports of those. So the agreement would be, I'll have a near-death experience, which means I'll actually die, and I'll choose to come back in the same timeline. So that's a kind of different one. We come back in the same timeline, like spontaneous remission from an illness, and then I come back into the same part of the timeline and I'm back. So I die on the operating table, and wow, here he or she is back again. But there's another way where the soul chooses to go back into the same incarnation, but at a different part of the timeline. So that could be after that perceived death, or it could be before that in the timeline. So that actually opens up that other question. So and this can bring comfort, especially to those when they celebrate their continuation at a young age, like young children. It's always a challenge to feel why, such an early, a young life, all their whole life ahead of them. We feel like it's a sad moment. No soul chooses to cross over in what we would experience as someone who has passed, unless they are finished and complete. That includes the ones in the womb, that includes the ones a few days old, that includes the ones up to 120 years old. It matters not. And it matters not how that soul passes. In a multidimensional reality, the soul has agreements, and it will shift out of this reality, this point of focus, when it has agreed that it will do so. And it will collaborate and co-create the circumstances in which that can happen. When looked at for the human perspective, we see tragedy, we see young death, we see murder, we see war, we see all of these things that from the human perspective, which is very valid and relevant as well, like we always share. We're not just giving this absolute reality. This is the multidimensionality that from the soul level, the soul level is choosing on every passing, not the exact way, but the theme that is being played out and the timing in which that is played out is there as a blueprint. And so it'll energetically co-create with the circumstances. And so when we look at those things from the human perspective, sometimes it's very challenging to come to an understanding as to why that would happen. But now we know, or we are being offered the opportunity to look through these multidimensional eyes to realize that there is no death that is not chosen at a certain level. And of course, from the human level, very minuscule few humans choose their own death consciously from the human level. Very, very few. Most are not chosen consciously. And again, to balance this up from the human perspective, this doesn't mean that the human is at fault in any way. It doesn't mean that they've done something wrong. It doesn't mean that they are somehow cosmically suicidal. Well, from that multidimensional perspective, everything is suicide in some form. And so, but from the human perspective, what we're consciously aware of is what we're consciously aware of. And tragedy from the human level is real. And the pain felt and the grief felt and the loss felt is very real. And from an expanded viewpoint, there is only one. There is only this. There is only life. There is only truth. And at 1441, the timing on the video, there is only life. This is the contemplation for day number 144. And now, as always, we are invited to die into this last breath of sacred silence as we allow what is to be what is as what is. So thank you, everyone, as always, for this day 144, very special day. This number holds a special code, special significance. And those that have ears to hear and eyes to see, 144, heart leader. Kitora yetora o ikenama iya satura makitwa. Thank you for joining us on this daily journey as we love stream our way through a whole year. We are 333 UK time every day, love streaming on Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All the quotes are coming from the book, A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission. And we will continue this journey with you every day. And we appreciate if you would like, comment, subscribe, follow, and share with anyone that you feel would benefit. If you're getting value from these transmissions, you're enjoying them, please share them with others. And we shall continue on our journey with you each and every day. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are